So I'm Diane Terry, and I'm a senior researcher here at the Psychology Applied Research Center. And then I'm also the vice chair of the Probation Oversight Commission. It's hard to change systems, but even the fact that there is a Probation Oversight Commission shows that we're going in the right direction. I think I'm always looking at the lens of community. And what do community members need to feel safe? And is that wisdom being uplifted here? How do we make sure that the probation department is moving there? I consider myself as having lived experience because I'm a family member of formerly incarcerated people. I'm a Black woman, so that's my community. I used to work for Child Protective Services and would go out and investigate child abuse. That's kind of the intersection of all issues because you really kind of see what's happening in communities and homes. And that's what drove me to get my PhD, because I said there need to be people doing research who look like me, because then the policies would make more sense and be more meaningful. How do we address mental health disparities for communities of color? Because, for example, in Black communities, we don't typically access mental health resources. We often don't know where they are, and then when we do go, they're not really speaking our language. How do we support those efforts if the department has a mandated from the Board of Supervisors? How do we make sure that they're doing that? How do we ask the right questions? I think it's really hard for a system that has a kind of this legal mandate and that is kind of like criminally minded. I don't know that they can truly be trauma informed. I think there's safety, and then there's like, what do we need as a department to be safe and to say that we, did what we were supposed to do. And then I also think for young people, once they hit the probation department, many of them have experienced so much harm. They're kind of at that last leg of that, and they've been failed by other systems, schools, for example, to kind of desist from crime. Some folks, it is all about the job. Other folks, it's all about repairing with family. Other folks, they benefited from the structure. Not everyone has the same goals or is following the same path.
She's a researcher first and foremost, but she's also a mom, so she can, speak to the impact that these decisions have on families. Having those balanced perspectives gives us more credibility when we're in community, when we're in the field, and it's collaborative, but it's also empowering.
I think the common thread between all of us is that we all care about the young people who are incarcerated. There's a lot of eyes on what's happening, and again, we're a stakeholder in that group. What about youth resiliency? What about youth strengths? What about family strengths? Sometimes we focus so much on the trauma that it buries that. And what does it look like to have a youth-centered justice approach? What does it look like to have a restorative approach? And who are the partners who should be involved in that work? How wonderful would that be that young people come out and feel empowered to actually change conditions, and that they got resources while they were incarcerated to do that? I think that would be a wonderful vision for the department to achieve.